I think a common misconception about my multilingual background is that I'm super fluent in all of my languages, which is just not the case. If you're new here, I'm Alexandra. I'm a musician, I'm a content creator, and I'm also half Dutch, half Indonesian, and I grew up in Singapore. I grew up in a home shaped by all of those cultures and the languages that came with them, which means I knew how to communicate sufficiently in all of those languages, how to easily switch between them. But that's the point. I never exclusively depended on any of these languages to express myself. I would say in my family, for example, we spoke predominantly English, but we never formed full sentences without borrowing words from Dutch, Bahasa Indonesia, Mandarin Chinese, Singlish, which by the way is also a product of multiple languages. Some of these languages I'm definitely stronger in than others because of the frequency that I use them at, like my mom scolding me in Indonesian every day. Of course, I got to learn Indonesian much better than Dutch, which I used like once every 2 years when I went to the Netherlands. But I think the only language I've come closest to mastering is English because A, Singaporeans speak English. I literally had to go to school in English. And B, I eventually moved to the US by myself for my studies. And that was the first time in my life where I had to really exclusively rely on any language. So drop me off in the Netherlands, in Indonesia, in China. I'll be fine. I can get around. I can read the signs. I can ask questions. I can make friends. But ask me to work a full-time job where I have to just use one of those languages to communicate professionally, and I will probably slow your company down. I do know a lot about these languages and I am so proud to be representing them, but at the same time, there is so much that I just don't know and I still have to learn. So I guess this is your friendly reminder that when you're watching my multilingual content, to just take them as entertainment and vlogs and not as linguistic truth, because I'm not a teacher. If you would like to learn Dutch, Indonesian, or Mandarin Chinese, I highly recommend getting an actual teacher, somebody who's professionally trained, because that's not me, babes. I'm not a teacher. But if you also grew up multilingual, I'm actually really curious to hear what you think. Did you also feel like you could never really master any of your languages because you were always switching between them? Or did I just not try very hard growing up? Let me know what you think.